Namaste everyone. Welcome to Ashwin's Astrology. I hope you liked my video so far. Kindly like, comment and share the videos among your friends and family circle. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to receive instant notifications. I am recording this video mainly for the Mars transit to Scorpio predictions. On November 16, 2023, Mars will be transiting to its own Rashi, Scorpio or Vishik Rashi. Mars owns two signs in the zodiac. One is Aries and another one is Scorpio. Mars exalted in Capricorn and Mars Mula Trikona is in Aries Rashi. And hence the Scorpio Rashi is a normal Swarashi for Mars. Scorpio is basically a watery element Rashi, that is Jalatattva Rashi, and which is quite different to the inherent nature of Mars, because Mars is a fiery and aggressive planet, but Scorpio is a very hidden, mysterious, and a Jalatattva Rashi, and also Sthira Rashi. So it is slightly different or slightly deviating from the nature of Mars. Yet, this is the own Rashi of Mars. So, Mars transiting to Scorpio would be a very interesting transit as well, because Mars doesn't collide with most of the characteristics of Scorpio has the Rashi, but it's his own house. So, here we can expect some good results as well as some mixed results as well. So, this video is all about Mars transit to Scorpio predictions for all individual moon signs. If you have watched my previous transit videos, you will have an idea of how I make the transit predictions, even based on a concept like Murti Nirnaya. So, applying the same Murti Nirnaya concept, where we consider two kinds of moon, that is Janma Chandra and Gochara Chandra. So, if your moon during your birth was in Meena Rashi, then Janma Chandra is Meena, and during the transit of the planet where moon would be present would be the Gochara Chandra. So now it is at Danu Rashi this time. So this will be the focal point. So from Janma Rashi Chandra, we have to count till the place Gochara Chandra is placed. So based on that, we decide what kind of a Murti it is. So that's how the Murti Nirnaya concept gets the name as well. So this time, Mars transit to Scorpio would be highly favorable for these three Rashis. That is Katak Rashi, because from Karkataka, Danu Rashi is 6th house, and for Danu Rashi, because it's happening in Danu Rashi itself, and Kumbh Rashi, because from Kumbha, Danu is 11th house. So for Karkataka Rashi and for Danu Rashi and for Kumbh Rashi, it is Swarna Murti. That means it will give highly auspicious results. Next comes Rajata Murti. So for this, it is Simar Rashi, then Vrishchik Rashi, and it is Mesh Rashi. So Mesh Rashi, Simha Rashi, and Vrishchik Rashi, both the signs of Mars and also of Simha, that is Surya's Rashi. These three Rashis will have Rajata Murti, that is auspicious results. May not be as great as Karkatak Rashi and Danu Rashi and Kumbh Rashi, but Mesha, Simha, and Vrishchika will also receive good results, that is auspicious results, and that's what we can indicate as Rajata Murti. Next comes Tula Rashi, then Mithun Rashi and Meena Rashi. So all these three signs, Tula, Meena and Mithuna, will have average results, good to average results, that is Tamramurti. So it will neither be completely good nor completely bad, it will be average kind of results. Next, for the remaining three Rashis, that is Kanya Rashi, Rishabh Rashi and Makar Rashi, this transit of Mars to Scorpio will be Loha Murti, that is, it will give inauspicious results. So, this is one way of looking for transit predictions for all the 12 individual moon signs. Now, we'll proceed with the Kundli, which we cast at the time Mars transits to the sign Scorpio. So this is how the Kundli will look into. So I provided both North Indian and South Indian style for your reference. So here, when Mars transits from Libra to Scorpio at that time, when we cast a kundli, this is how it looks like. So it will be Makar Lagna, and Mars and Mercury would be in Scorpio. There's a huge amount of distance, and also Mars, even though have transited to Scorpio, but is still in combustion itself. That is very, very important to notice. Mars is very close to Sun in terms of degree. So Sun is also at the edge of the Libra Rashi, and Mars just moved out. So the very next day, so on November 16, Mars comes to Scorpio, and on November 17, Sun will come to Scorpio. So Sun is also will be joining the party in Scorpio very soon. So again, we'll have the Sun Mars Mercury combination in Scorpio, and that's gonna happen very soon. And that's why Mars is in combustion and will remain in combustion also for some more days. However, combustion of Mars wouldn't take away the power of Mars or the ability to give auspicious results even after being in the own house. Reason is both Sun and Mars are friendly to each other and both have similar kind of nature. Both are fiery in nature. And that's why there wouldn't be much harm to the results of Mars, but definitely Mars wouldn't be in a full-fledged manner to give the results. Yet Sun would be in control of Mars. That's what we can say. So once Sun also moves to Scorpio, we may see that the effect of Mars would slowly or gradually will be visible for us, because Mars would be in the own house, and also even though combusted by Sun, it will definitely give good results because they are friendly in nature to each other. So there is a Naisargik Mitratva, that is the natural friendship between them. So it should not cause much problems. But Mars and Mercury are in conjunction, which is not a good one, because Mars considers Mercury has its enemy. Mars doesn't do well whenever it is placed with or in conjunction with Mercury, or even in Gemini and in Virgo sign. That is Mithun Rashi and Kanya Rashi. So for Mars has a planet, Mercury conjunction with Mercury doesn't go well, and that's why this can cause problems in terms of communication, or in terms of any of the characteristics of Mars and Mercury, which you can watch in my basic analysis of Kundli videos. So these would be the prime area of concern as well. So now let's proceed with the individual moon sign predictions, so that we can elaborate and we can discuss on how it would impact. Firstly, consider how Mars is placed in your individual horoscope. If Mars is forming any Ruchak Mahapurush Yoga, Chandramangal Yoga, or any form of Raj Yoga and is in good strength, then check the Dasha, Antardasha, and Pratyantardasha, the three levels of Dasha, Sabdashas. So, if the Dasha, Sabdasha, Dasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha is also good, then this transit, even though it is good, so even though it is bad, it will not affect you much, because you have a very good Mars in your horoscope, and if your Dasha Antardasha is also very good. So this transit will not have larger impact on you in negative terms if this transit seems to be negative. If you have a very feeble promise in your horoscope and the Dasha Antardasha, the current time period is not a good one, then if this transit is bad, then it will be worst for you. Hence, we have to first look into your individual horoscope, then to the current prevailing time period, and after this is when we can decide how this transit results would in actual will give you the results. So if your horoscope is a good one with good strength, and if your current time period is good one, then even though this transit is bad, it will not affect you. But if all the three are good, that is the promise in the horoscope, Dasha Antardasha in the horoscope, and also this transit also is good, then this will be the best time period in your life. So this is how we have to analyze, or this is how we have to understand the transit predictions as well. So now let's start with Mesh Rashi. So for Mesh Rashi, Jupiter is still Vakri in your Rashi and it is in Bharani Nakshatra. So he'll gradually be moving to Ashwini Nakshatra fourth quarter also. Then from December 31st or 31st onwards, Jupiter will be direct. But in December, for the first 15-20 days only, he'll be in a kind of stationary mode. So it's your own Rashi Adhipati Mars who would be going to 8th house. 8th house is not a good house, but because 8th lord is going to the 8th house and also is conjoining the 6th lord Mercury, this is a good conjunction. This is kind of a Viprit Raj Yoga because 6th lord Mercury is in 8th house, so it's kind of a Viprit Raj Yoga because you have Saturn aspect on the Rashi and also aspect of Sun on the Rashi, which is a very good one, and also presence of Jupiter in the Rashi. You may feel somewhat kind of stressed out, or some or the other problems would be there which would be bothering you. So this is a kind of a tricky time period which is neither good nor bad for you. So mentally you might feel overburdened or overstressed and you will not be able to concentrate on much things. But once Jupiter turns direct is when you will have a better times is what I can say. But once Sun moves out of Libra and goes to Scorpio, at that time, all the three planets would be in the 8th house. So having so many planets in the 8th house is not a good one. It's a generally not a good one because 8th house represents 8th house is the Randrabhav. So any leakage or any problems which are unsolvable will come from 8th house. So this is the time period you have to take care of your health because even sixth lord is involved. It's causing Viprit Raj Yoga, but still a good care of health is very much required. And not just that, avoid any kind of unnecessary travels during this time because having so many energies in the 8th house will not do well for you during the transit unless and until there is some measures taken care actually. Now, next comes Mars aspecting the 11th house and Mars aspecting your second house, also your third house. So, financially, you may see some amount of improvement because Saturn is aspecting Mars and Mars is aspecting Saturn. So, there is some kind of 8 and 11 connection also. One is a Trikbhava and the one is a Trishadai. But 11th Lord in the 11th house is a very good one, even though 8th Lord is also is in 8th house right now. So there could be some amount of problems which may appear to be big as a mountain, but if Saturn and Mars are placed well in your own individual horoscope, then that problem may disappear as and when you want it as well. So if Mars and Saturn is placed very well in your horoscope, so any kind of big problems you face in the next 45 days, you will not feel the heat of it because of having a good promise in your individual horoscope. If you don't have a good Mars or Saturn in your horoscope, then this transit definitely gonna hurt you. So for Mesh Rashi, having the fourth lord in the ninth house, moon, is a kind of a great Raj Yoga. So your mother would have a very pleasant time period, and also Venus, who is debilitated, also will be moved towards Libra sign very soon. So once Venus moves here, it would be a much better time period for you, which will happen in this month end itself. So overall for Mesha Rashi, it is neither good nor bad. So this is the time they have to exercise some amount of patience and some amount of strategy also to get things done to have a smooth process flow. Because usually Mesha Rashi people are very ambitious and very someone who wants the things to be done in a proper way because they are like their Rasharipati Mars, but here there would be some impromptus or some amount of problems which keeps bothering them. So it is very much advised for Mesha Rashi people to be calm and composed, keep your communication clear, or think thousand times before enacting on anything because Jupiter is Vakra in your Rashi, so it's not a great one. It's neither great nor bad actually. So that's how it goes for Mesh Rashi. Now moving ahead to Vrishabh Rashi. Because Mars, the seventh lord, is in a seventh house with the fifth lord, so there would be some amount of misunderstandings or difference of opinion with your spouse or business partner. Or it could be if you are into just a relationship and not you have not taken it forward also, then also you could have some kind of arguments with your partner which wouldn't dwell into a good healthy relation. So it's very good, or it's advisable if you could avoid unnecessary conversations with your partner or spouse, and try to maintain a healthy relation. That is, keep the things as it is. There shouldn't be any miscommunication, misunderstanding. So, keeping the things clear would be a best remedy for Vrishabh Rashi. So, apart from this, their own Rashadipati being debilitated in fifth house is not a good one. So, that's why the B has and when like you exercise your wisdom more and more, that's how you can get better results, is what we can say for Vrishabh Rashi. Apart from that, for Vrishabh Rashi, Saturn in the 10th house is in 10th only and is aspecting the 12th, who is the 11th lord also, placed in the 12th. So, if anyone is traveling, or if anyone wants to go for a long distance also, this could be a time period which can fetch you better results. Because at this time for Vrishabh Rashi, two Panch Purush Mahayogas are getting formed. One is Ruchak Mahapurush Yoga and the one is Shashi Mahapurush Yoga. So, if you have good Mars and Saturn in your horoscope, then this time period would be the best time period for you. Now going ahead with Mithun Rashi. So Mars, or kind of a malefic planet, always does well when it is placed in three houses during the transit. So for any malefic planet, if placed in these three houses during the transit, then it will do well only at that time period. That is third house, sixth house, and 11th house. So from Mithun Rashi, Mars in the sixth house and is in Vishaka Nakshatra, which is very good. So you will have success in sports and is all, and also in competitive examinations, because Mercury is also there, so it needs a strategy, analytical way of getting the things done. So that's what we can say for Mithun Rashi. This is the time period if you want to shine in your respective career, especially in sports or into competitive exams, and then getting into public sector or any kind of ventures which you have taken for. So this is the right time period for you to take the risk and go ahead as well. So for Mithun Rashi, it's your own Rashi Adhipati is in the sixth house with the sixth lord. So it's a generally a good one, as I mentioned. But from the uh, spouse relationship perspective, second lord is in the seventh house and seventh lord is in the 11th house. So this is a good one, that from your spouse also you will be able to earn some good amount of money, and also there will be some auspicious occasion also at your home, which is very much indicated here. So, and obviously, and Mars is also aspecting Mithun Rashi. So the eighth aspect of Mars, so this could be a very good time period, because considering that it is happening in a sixth house. Next, going ahead with Karkatak Rashi, there will be some amount of emotional arguments with your children. Basic funda is that here Mars is in the fifth house and Mercury is the 12th and third lord. So there could be some amount of emotional arguments with your children or even with your younger siblings, because Venus is debilitated in third house and it happens to be the fourth and 11th lord. So if you have a sister, and with her is when you might have some emotional arguments, and also regarding to children also, which may not sound very good as an individual for the next 40-45 days. Next, coming to Simar Rashi. For Simar Rashi, this will be happening in the fourth house, and real estate investments, if you have already made, this may fetch some amazing profits, because for Simar Rashi, both second and 11th Lord Mercury, who is the natural Dana Karaka, is sitting in fourth house along with the fourth Lord. So this is forming a very great Raj Yoga. So even though Mars Mercury combination we don't consider it as good, but in this case, because of the lordships and because of other parameters, Mars Mercury combination, that is conjunction, is a very good one. So if you have a good Mars, and also it's forming Rachak Mahapurush Yoga. So for Simar Rashi also Rachak Mahapurush Yoga as well as Shesh Mahapurush Yoga. So this is a good time period if you want to try out your luck in finances and take some risk and do. So this is something you can definitely try right now. Next, coming to Kanya Rashi. So the transit of Mars is happening in the third house. So no need to say anything. The person would be very happy and will enjoy a lot and will be successful also in own efforts as well. So this is how for Kanya Rashi also we can see, even though having a debilitated Venus who happens to be the second and ninth lord, there is some amount of dissatisfaction among the people which has to be cleared. So for Kanya Rashi, this is a good time period because even though Venus debilitated and Ketu is there, because of Mars transit to the third house, 3, 6, 11 is where the malefic planets will do very well, and Saturn is also in the sixth house. So this is a right time period to go all or to take any kind of efforts because it will definitely fetch good results. Next comes Tula Rashi. So for Tula Rashi, it is now in Papa Kartari Yoga. Both Mars and Ketu have uh, made a kind of a yoga which is not an auspicious one. So hence Libra Rashi or Tula Rashi will face some amount of money matters because 12th Lord is in a second house with the second Lord, and that happens to be a malefic planet. Even though having Jupiter in 7th house who is Vakri and also Saturn in 5th house in the same place, the Papakirtari situation of Tula Rashi and also debilitated Rashadipati will affect them very badly. So there will be problems in money matters and also in many matters they have to take decision very after thinking multiple times. That's what we can say for Tula Rashi. Next, coming to Vrishchik Rashi, because your Rashadipati came to your own Rashi, you will be very confident. But there is an inherent nature of Mars to become arrogant, and that also would be there. And the combination of this will produce unnecessary fights. So simply you may catch a fight because Mercury, the communication, Kakarak, also is here. So he will make you to get into unnecessary fights, and you will struggle to get rid of it. And that's how um, this Mars Mercury conjunction will waste your time. So it's all about you that till the time Mars is in Scorpio along with the Mercury or Mercury is in Scorpio, then until then, please you have to watch out on what you speak as well because ninth lord is in the second house is a good one, but there is a caution again here, and hence this has to be looked into. Next, coming to Danu Rashi. So, Danu Rashi, it will happen in the 12th house itself, and Mars happens to be the 5th and 12th lord in the 12th house. So, expenses will gradually increase unlike anything. So, if you're looking for job change, that also can happen. And if you're looking for foreign travels, that is through work, definitely that is also possible. So, overall, for Danu Rashi, apart from the expenditure, everything else is a pleasant news. So, for Danu Rashi also, this transit is very good. Next, going ahead with Makar Rashi. So there is a conjunction of 9th and 11th Lord. 9th Lord Mercury in the 11th house with the 11th Lord. That is Mars only. So fortune will favor you because ninth house is all about that. And also because it is connected in the 11th house, uh, that will be like fulfillment of desires as well. So fortune will favor you and also will fulfill all your desires. So this is the time period for you to work hard to keep your nerves in a same stage because definitely now you will be getting great amount of results. Next comes to Kumbari Rashi. Because it is happening in the 10th house, and also 8th and 10th lord are connected. So this will be like there could be change in job also, and there could be some potential loss in the business as well. So both of them could be possible. So or either of them also could be possible. So this is how we have to see for Mars transit in Scorpio for Kumbh Rashi. Next, coming to Mithun Rashi, you already have Rahu Ketu in 1/7 axis, so get ready for the roller coaster ride. And marital life will always have some or the other issues, because third and eighth Lord Venus is in the seventh house, so definitely you can't expect things to happen all of a sudden. But if you, because Rahu is in your Rashi, it makes you imagine those kind of things which are completely far from reality. So that is very much understandable, and hence you might feel that life is full of roller coaster ride. So that's how it will sound for the next 40-45 days. So this was all the Mars transit predictions, and I hope you liked it. If you have any feedback for me, you can leave it in the comment section, or you can write to me at ashwinsastrology at the rate gmail.com. And if you want to take up consultations from me, I offer paid consultations as well. You can write to me at ashwinsastrology at the rate gmail.com. So until we meet next, thank you and have a good day.